What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zay Rich coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I've always been a fan of Star Wars, even since I was a kid. So we're going to start off these videos with something light, but it's always a good conversation. Today we will be ranking the lightsaber forms in Star Wars. Now, full disclaimer, this list is purely my opinion. All these lightsaber forms have strengths and weaknesses, and it is up to you where you place them on this list. If you disagree with the placement of this list, put it in the comment section. Don't kill me. Alright, so the first one, for obvious reasons, is Form 1, Shii Cho. And that's because they just teach you that automatically when you get into the Jedi Order as a youngling. Everybody knows it, everybody's taught it. The only thing is, if you're a master, then that's when it's actually powerful. And the only master that we've ever seen is probably Kit Fisto. And please do not let that scene from Revenge of the Sith fool you. Kit Fisto is a dog, but he is legit the only master of Form 1 out there. And they say in order to become a master in Form 1, you have to attain inner peace. And I don't know any Jedi in that order, except for Kit Fisto, that has attained anything close to inner peace. In practice, Shii Cho resembles traditional sword fighting and doesn't have a lot of force-based attacks or force-based movements, but it is the form that every Jedi reverts back to whenever shit hits the fan. Alright, so second on the list, unfortunately, because I actually love this lightsaber form, is Makashi, Form 2. It is the graceful lightsaber form. If you're thinking about one-on-one combat, this is absolutely the lightsaber form to go with. Makashi relies on careful and controlled strikes instead of power and strength. It is a very aggressive style and is dedicated to getting the upper hand in one-on-one duels. Notable practitioners include Count Dooku, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Asajj Ventress. It also has a psychological aspect to the fighting style because, I mean, if you ever seen Count Dooku use this fighting style, he's styling on motherfuckers. The downside of Makashi is his defense against blaster fire and multiple attackers. However, if you're a master like Count Dooku, it doesn't matter. If you ever seen Count Dooku against Obi-Wan and Anakin, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He had no problem with them. Alright, next on the list is Ataru, also known as Form 4. This is that flippy dippy shit that Yoda was doing against Count Dooku and Palpatine. A couple of notable Jedi that use this is Yoda and Qui-Gon. It allows the user to harness the power of the Force to enhance their own physical abilities in combat, and it is characterized by its fast pace and acrobatic maneuvers, allowing Jedi to overwhelm their opponents with speed and agility. It's very effective against slower opponents or those who are wielding heavy weapons. However, its reliance on constant motion can be taxing, and prolonged engagements may lead to exhaustion, and the form just tends to lose effectiveness when you get tired. Alright, so next on the list is the form for the soft Jedi. This form is basically a Swiss Army knife and kind of draws from every single one of the lightsaber forms to make its own form. When I say soft Jedi, I really only mean because it's used by mostly diplomats. But the crazy part is one of its main users is XR Kun, and he was a straight up goon. He never lost a battle, ever. I'm talking about Niman, Form 6. But essentially it is a hybrid form, and is well suited in most combat situations. Its blend of offensive and defensive techniques keep opponents off balance, allowing the user to seize any opportunity. And its reliance on the Force enhances the user's intuition and situational awareness, giving them the edge in battle. However, Niman's versatility can be a double-edged sword. While it excels at adapting to diverse opponents, it may lack the specialization that other forms have in specific combat scenarios. So against highly skilled opponents specializing in a single form, you may be at a disadvantage. But overall, it's a good form and good at most things, but not great at any specific scenario. Alright, so this next one, we're going to kind of split it up into two, because Juyo and Vaapad are very similar, but there's some differences right there. Alright, so Juyo is characterized by its aggressive and unpredictable movements, making it a formidable form of combat. So Juyo draws off the user's inner emotions, and that just makes every attack just powerful. So by that being its nature, it's kind of dangerous also for Jedi to even use Juyo, because you're more open to falling to the dark side. It emphasizes relentless offense and overwhelming opponents with a bunch of attacks and acrobatic maneuvers. And with this chaotic nature, Juyo can often unsettle opponents, creating openings for attacks. One big weakness of Juyo is that the intense physical and emotional exertion required for Juyo can lead to the user getting tired. This can lead the user to be vulnerable if the fight extends for a prolonged period. Also, the heavy focus on offense may lead to gaps in defense, leading to major counterattacks. Some notable users of Juyo include Darth Maul and Galen Merrick. Vaapad is its own special branch of Juyo which Mace Windu created, and it differs from Juyo by being a bit more controlled while still allowing Mace Windu to still attack with that same ferocity, as well as the adaptability of Vaapad allowing the user to respond quickly to the opponent's movements. Alright, so we're getting close to the end of the list, and the second best lightsaber form, I have to go with Soresu. And this is primarily Obi-Wan Kenobi's form. It focuses on using efficient and defensive movements without using a lot of energy, and the users maintain a calm and centered stance, allowing them to swiftly react to incoming threats while reserving energy for extended periods. The form's circular motions and flowing transitions enable Jedi to deflect blaster bolts and counter melee strikes with precision and grace. Look, its biggest strength definitely is its defense. Obi-Wan defeated General Grievous, probably one of the best Jedi killers in the Clone Wars era, just period, and the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker. His defense with this form was the reason why he was able to defeat them. Alright, on to the last and, in my opinion, the best lightsaber form in all of Star Wars, Djem So and Shien. It was made by Form 3 users who felt that the defensively minded form unnecessarily extended time spent in combat, and it forced the user to wait for an opportunity to strike rather than create their own opening. Form 5 is the best of both worlds. It has the defensive capabilities of Form 3 while also adding offensive capabilities on top of that. And Form 5 had some heavy hitters using it. It had Aayla Secura, Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Plo Koon, and Darth Bane, just to name a few. Keep in mind, this is only my opinion. And the people that I mentioned that use these forms, those weren't the only forms they used, but they used those primarily. Most Jedi Masters and Sith use more than one form when they're fighting. And with that being said, that will be the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content.